it's me. Hello. Hello, everybody. I am here today to officially not work on a giant tower with an eyeball on it anymore. I feel like 3 streams might have been a little overkill. I was looking back over some previous streams. We did the pixie for 3 streams, and we did the tower for 3 streams, and I'm like, I'm always exhausted by the 3rd stream. So I'm going to try and keep us from doing 3 streams from now on. I think that's going to be the new thing, is to try and keep things contained on 2 streams. Anyway, point being, we're back. We got a new sketch. Looks a little crazy. I got a bunch of weird reference pictures here, but it'll make sense soon. It's all going to come together. I promise. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stick these ideas together. I am making a Jungle Book-esque wolf with those crazy eyes, the crazy eyes. I don't know what I want to do first, but I think I'm just going to dig in. I think we're just going to try. So I'm going to throw some music on. I'm going to get into it. No doubt about it. Ooh, what a song to start with. Dun 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 doo doo doo. Okay, so have I thought about this enough? Probably not. Probably haven't thought about this sketch enough. I'm not even sure if I want to give them ears or not. So I'm going to start without ears. I think animals always look bad without ears, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. We're going to go no ears in the beginning. I'm just going to see what we can come up with. And having taken some criticism and learned a lot doing all of this. Hey, Pyro! How you doing, my man? So yeah, taking some criticism, having learned a lot, I need to spend a little bit more time in the block out so that I can rush the ending a little bit more. I think I do best when I speed through things a little bit, and I think the longer I'm taking in this beginning section, the worse I'm doing. So I'm gonna will myself to block things out a little bit better. Pyro, what you been up to? Okay, so we're starting a sketch here. I'm gonna get a little picky with it, I think, right here. Hello? Something is like scratching. I can't tell if it's in the song or not. I'm not sure if I am doing a full poly edit or not. Right now, I think I'm going to be sculpting, but I'm making kind of the assumption that I'm not going to be sculpting just so I can see what it's like. There we go. Get everything nice and connected down in there, and we should have the beginnings of a little guy. Dum, dum, dum. Bum. So, I've been writing a lot. Hey, what's up, Kizen? How you doing? I'm doing a lot of writing lately. I've been writing out of my mind lately. And a big part of that is that I've just been like on a movie surge lately. I've been watching a bunch of anime, a bunch of movies. I've just been like feeling things right now. And it's been pushing me to write a bunch. I'm also stressed with moving and all that. And stress is usually a good thing for me creatively. I don't like to read too much into that. I don't want to think too much about how artists have blue periods and how mental distress causes people to make their best artwork. That kind of like upsets me, but it is true to some degree. It's something that you got to be careful and sensitive with, but it is somewhat true. And I think I'm currently having that experience personally. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna add another break right here. I think we're in this. I think that's ahead. Are we here? I'm thinking that's it. Stress is a general response to things changing. Not all stress is bad stress, and stress is a personal thing too, for sure. But there's definitely people who induce trauma upon themselves to create better things. And I think that's something that people got to be really careful about. I think that's a common worldly issue that comes up again and again. Immediately, my brain goes to Marcel Proust. The evidence on him is a little sparse because it's a human being and he was very secretive about his life. But Proust is a writer, a very good writer, a very phenomenal writer. In Search of Lost Time is a fantastic book that I'm very pleased I've read. But he was a crazy man. He believed he had a skin condition. He believed he had this like rotting skin disease thing. And so what he would do is he would take these baths, these very elaborate, like 3-hour-long baths filled with chemicals and all sorts of stuff in it. And taking these baths, he induced a skin disease, thus justifying his behavior even more. And he just had this nasty feedback loop for a long time. And his art was good. So I think in some ways he felt justified doing what he was doing because it was for the art or whatever. And so I think people need to be careful of that. I think a lot of artists get wrapped up in the idea of what's going to last longer, my physical body or my art. And it's like, your art, for sure. But also, don't die. Like, don't just like ruin yourself. That's not good for business. Yeah, it's a tough balancing act, for sure. I think I gotta go all the way back, and I think I'm gonna do... Oh, I can't. I was gonna try and do boundary, but I can't. It won't let me boundary that. Trauma is different than stress. Stress is having a deadline to work. Giving yourself a disease intentionally is self-harm. Yeah, but stress is related to that, right? I know it's not the same thing, but that's like saying... I don't know. I'm not going to make a metaphor of it, because the metaphor I think will be degrading, but they're at least somewhat related to one another in a morbid sense. But nonetheless, artists need to be careful not to force themselves into blue periods. If a blue period happens to you and you make a bunch of great art during your blue period, I'm already sorry for you. Like, I'm sorry that happened to you. But if you induce a blue period, that's not a good look. It's not a good thing that's happening to you. Blue periods are nothing that anybody should wish upon themselves, regardless of how much you want to be an artist or this or that. Well, I launched the plugin and already did a video tutorial for it. It exists. Hey, I'm proud of you. Completely. I'm fully proud of you, my man. Are you relieved that it's all there, or are you wishing there was more? There we go. I love using brush select. Brush select has been a life changer for me. Mr. Six. Mr. Six, hello. Mr. Six is here. Also, is my mic cracking a little bit every now and again? I'm hearing it. I'll do more for it, like I do with all the others. Fair. They are adjacent things, but anyways, are we making wolves today or something else? I am making a kind of wolf. Not exactly a wolf, but I'm making a kind of wolf. It's gonna be a weird sketch today, as per the norm. Yeah, I know, man. How you doing? You know, I was just thinking about you last night, Mr. Six. I decided to scale down the Discord a little bit, and I made only one music channel. So now music, because everybody posts music in the wrong channel anyway, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna embrace it. So I conglomerated it, and I was looking over all your music recommendations last night, and I was like, man, Mr. Six has good taste in music. Yes, I'm making a monster wolf. I'm making a very scary wolf. A wolf that you would not like to get in contact with. You do have good taste in music. You have a really good taste in music. You also have like a culturally distinct taste in music, which I very appreciate. SCPs? Okay. We're gonna be touching up on SCP boundaries, but the goal of this sketch is to make something that is biologically possible within my universe. So this is a real animal. This is not like a paranormal, magical, anomalous, anything like that. This is a real animal in my writing, but it has very strange properties. I don't really want to do subdivision here, but I'm going to just check just to see what it looks like. I try to embrace my roots. You got good roots, my man. You got that style, that funk. The artwork look like an SCP? Yeah. We're combining a bunch of stuff together, you know? We're putting a bunch of ideas together. I'm gonna just dig and dig and dig and dig and dig until we get to what we like. I'm doing my best not to overthink the block out. A lot of stuff is going to happen in the block out. I'm not going to try and pretend that I am the master of this block out. The block out does what the block out wants. So we're just playing in block out right now. You do blockouts inside a Blender? Yeah, for the most part, pretty much. I mean, I'm not a professional, right? There's definitely more I need to learn and more I need to, like, practice with, but for the time being, I've been doing blockouts in Blender. I am really not a 2D artist. I stay away from 2D art as much as humanly possible. So the idea of blocking out in anything other than Blender is kind of a no-go for me. I'm also still a little bit green on the idea of when I should be polymodeling and when I should be sculpting. So I'm a little careful not to get wrapped up in that as well. So it's all just a learning process. I hope to never have a complete theory of what I'm doing. I hope to never be perfect at this. Did you ever see The Neverending Story? I watched The Neverending Story in a classroom at school one time during like a substitute teacher or whatever. We watched like... It wasn't a 2-hour class, so I'm not sure how we watched the whole thing. Maybe it was over the course of 2 days or something like that. But I watched The Neverending Story in a classroom. And it was an experience. Neverending Story is so depressing. Yeah, I fell asleep for most of it. It's your charm? My charm is, yeah, my charm is being a nut job. I posted a YouTube video last night. Just a VOD upload, nothing crazy. I posted a YouTube video last night and I titled it Making Swords for Lunatics. And I was like, that really is my brand. Just like being an absolute nut job is my brand. T, hello. We got some vibes going on today. Okay, so we have the beginning of a shape that I really like. It looks crazy. I think this is good. I actually like the way this looks a lot. Two movies really messed me up as a kid, and it was Neverending Story and Superman 3. What happens in Superman 3? Why did Superman 3 mess you up? I don't get that one. That one doesn't make any sense to me. I actually like that the loop went around like that. That's actually really nice. I feel like you could have been related or reincarnated of the Winchester Widow. What? You kind of have to see the techno-absorption scenes. Okay, hold on. There's a lot of proper nouns being thrown at me right now. What is the Winchester Widow? Sarah Lockwood Winchester was an American heiress who amassed great wealth after the death of her husband and her mother-in-law. Okay. Why are we related? Oh, oh my god, it's the haunted house. Yes, I know about this. Yes, I know about this. The largest, yes, she's crazy. Bless her soul. All right, so as best as I remember, her husband passed. She was very wealthy, or her husband was very wealthy, or however you want to think about that. That's not my point of view. And she decided, for supernatural reasons of some kind, to keep expanding her house and turned it into like this labyrinth with hidden doorways and walls that just lead nowhere. And she just kept building this house over and over and over again until it was a monstrosity. Yeah. Yeah, she'd have to appease a ghost. Yeah, so she just made this crazy house, and like there's parts where there's like a doorway that's like this big, and you have to crawl through it to like then get to the kitchen, but then the kitchen has 1,000 hallways coming off of it. It's a Junji Ito story, exactly. That's my brand. I don't like that that's my brand, but you may be onto something. I'm not pleased that that's true. But it's probably true. Curious that something like that really exists. Oh yeah, she was having a fever. You know, if a woman back in the 1800s got upset after not having an orgasm for a whole year and having 4 children and not being allowed to vote, she was insane. So sometimes you gotta expand your house, you know? Whoops, not what I wanted. Okay, that is a good-looking nose. That's a dog's nose. Also, dog's nose. It's a great-looking nose, actually. Poor girl, just buy vegetables. What the heck does that mean? What does that mean? Can you explain that joke? Explain that joke. Poor girl, just buy vegetables. I can't even begin to think what that means. Oh, it is a perfect dog's nose. You got it? I don't think they can, but it probably because of you. Hold on. That sentence is hard to parse. I don't think they can. But probably because of you, no orgasm reference. What? Is it TOS to say orgasm? Is that true? That can't be true. People say way worse stuff than that. Or is that not what you mean? I refuse to live in a world where that's true. Is that TOS? No, but cucumber dildos might be. Is orgasm TOS? What's up, Scroopy? Scroopy, can you tell us if saying the word orgasm is TOS? Because, like, come on now. That's crazy. Nah, yeah, there's no way. If that's TOS, I'll take the ban. I'll take a ban. I'll take a ban right now. Go ahead. If that's TOS, I'm taking it. I'm going out swinging. I'll go to whatever the next best platform is that allows me to say that word. Some made emotes of it, so there's that. That's debatable. Well, YouTube has been censoring words from uploading videos, so I don't know. Oh, man. Just claim it's for educational purposes about crazy 900 ladies living conditions? Yeah, I mean, it literally was, right? I do love, like, female hysteria. It's gruesome to think about. It, like, actually skeeves me out to think about. But it's so interesting. It's so interesting to think, like, the lengths people went to be like, women aren't humans. Wait, you can't say bad words? You can, but YouTube has that demonetization thing that they're still kind of wrapped up in. They're still, like, uppity about the PewDiePie problem. Which I know is not just the PewDiePie problem. I know it's more than that. Hello? I'm a human? Barely. Okay, so PewDiePie had a lovely little thing that he did, where he went on Fiverr, and he got two boys who were Indian to do something a little naughty. And ever since then, YouTube has cared a lot about their investor relationships. Way more than they did before. feel like this song is so loud. Oh, we're back to Flumph. I kind of forgot Flumph existed for a while. We've had a lack of Flumph representation in chat. My internet is still bad, so most of the time I can only read chat, but it's getting better. Why is your internet so bad? Did you move? I'll work on this later. This is just a block out. We're just thinking about design stuff right now. I'm not going to stress the details of this. Because I stress the details, I'm never going to finish. It's funny what he did, but some people are butthurt about the Dark Ages. Since the Dark Ages. Yeah, I mean... Okay, PewDiePie is a interesting character. He's a tough character to analyze. Because it's difficult to tell what he's really doing. Greemall! Hello. I have not moved. Why is your internet so bad all of a sudden? Yeah, then what's happening? The problem with PewDiePie, just to get it out there, just to say it. Okay, so I agree with you there. People should be allowed to make jokes about whatever they want, no problem. The problem with PewDiePie, truthfully, in my opinion, is he claims that he's telling jokes and that he doesn't have any political whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'd say for the most part, he's pretty partisan about everything, and it doesn't matter. He is a business mastermind, that's for sure. The problem with him is... he keeps getting called out for white supremacist stuff. And he keeps being like, hey, that's misrepresentation, you know, not true, etc., etc., etc. And that's fair. I wouldn't want to be called a white supremacist. But his social media, his Twitter, for the most part, is predominantly him following people that at least have similar mindsets as that. And every time he gets called out for it, all of a sudden there's a bunch of liberal people that he starts following. And then a time period will go by, and he unfollows them. And then he'll follow the same people as before. And then he'll start following liberal people when he gets called out again. And so, in the background, there's at least something a little naughty going on. There's at least a little something weird going on in the background. It could just be his personal opinions, and that's fine. I mean, I don't think it's fine, but it is what it is. But for him to be like, my comedy has nothing to do with that, it's like, well, everything you do has something to do with that. Like, who we are as people is related to our ideologies and what we're ingesting, and I don't know. Like, it's a little strange. For me, the strange part is definitely the fact that he's lying about it. Whether he has those opinions or not is a different story, but him being like, it's not related, but then doing like very conscious following and unfollowing of people when the pressure's on him is weird. That's strange to me. Controversy sells, probably, or Swedish way of thinking. It's the American way of thinking. Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, it's who cares, right? He's a YouTuber, right? He's a dude who makes silly gaming, news, whatever videos. It doesn't matter. It's just like, why are you lying? Why are you lying about it? Like, it is what it is, right? There's YouTubers that just say how they feel and that's it, right? No big deal. Yeah, boop that snoot. I'm still in blockout. We're still just thinking about things, but I'm starting to feel like it's not bad. I hate this. I hate this a lot. This looks bad. I'm also thinking it might be a little too low. Maybe this should be higher up. Yeah, this should be a lot higher up. Okay, we'll do that. Maybe more of a meow face? Maybe. I think you're worrying about geometry more than what you're actually going to do. That's probably somewhat true. I'm just trying to really find a shape that I'm content with, you know? Okay, now we have like jowls. And I like a jowl. Oh no. Do you know what the Mario is? Did you just click that randomly? It's cheaper to test out shapes in 2D. Yeah, but cheapness is not a matter of what we're doing right now. I'm not worried about how cheap things are. Do the Mario. Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, you know, come on, time to do the Mario. All right, it'll be Mario time. Yeah, this guy's bad. This guy sucks. I just did it. Yeah, but do you know what it is? Do you know what you've invested in? Son, you know where you're investing your money? I keep, like, licking my lips. It's my new weird nervous habit is, like, licking my lips. I feel like a weird... I don't know. It's a strange thing that's happening. I'm gonna try a bit of a stranger look here. I didn't feel like reading what the Mario thing did. You just went for it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, give me just a moment and I'll do it. Oh, that looks much better. Much, much, much better. Actually, that looks great. Okay, you wanted me to do that. I don't think I want to do that face. I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but that doesn't really make any sense to me. Telling the truth, that's not the right way of saying that phrase. Sorry, my brain's a little funky right now. I'm kind of deep into it. There we go. That is pretty good. That's a face right there. That's a dog's head. Okay, let's build out one last little piece of this, and then we'll do some Mario. No, I keep doing that. I need a hotkey for merge by distance. I use it so often. Okay, so we have a little bit of a gross little thing here, but I'm not gonna stress the details yet. We're gonna be sculpting this thing anyway. Nothing about this super matters right now. Oh, it begins. It begins. Oh, wait. What? Oh, you did it. Well done. Congrats. I'm proud of you. Cool. Okay. Let's do a little bit of Mario to this bad boy. CQDK, you are a real agent of chaos. You know that? I'm sure you do know that, actually. Here's what I'm doing. Since I want to keep this preserved as best as possible, we're going to do this. We're going to remove you. You can't just Mario things. I love that. That's a great little expression right there. I don't know who you think you are, but you can't just Mario things. Okay, a perfect 180. That was nice. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna go ahead and put it on an array. I'm actually going to apply this because who cares? Let's go for a 1 instead. We're gonna put an array on it. Go boom, 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 boom. I hope that's big enough for what we're trying to do. And we're gonna add another array, and this one is gonna be 1.4. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so check it out. We're gonna apply, we're gonna apply. We're gonna go ahead and grab these. We're gonna go ahead and make them individual. Separate by loose parts. Okay, very important. I'm going to keep all of their object of origins still here. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna go random. We're gonna do a little bit of RZ. Okay, best I can do is just try to make sure that the platforms are at least usable to some degree. See if I can navigate all the way across this. I've never played Mario. You know? Everyone gets their opportunity once. I think that's doable. It's gonna be a close fit, isn't it? I think I can navigate all these little guys. I think I can do this. All right, into Mario we go. We'll go one step further and we'll grab you guys and give you guys a little bit of a pattern of some kind. Oh no, it's gonna break. Okay, no it's not. All right, you are now opaque. You are now... Why is it not turning red? Isn't that odd? All right, whatever. We're gonna go ahead and throw on a hue saturation right here. We're gonna throw on an object info random. And now everything. Yeah, what's about to happen? Oh, you're gonna love this. Okay, so we have a bunch of weird looking platforms with absolutely terrible looking layer weights. I'm gonna get rid of this gradient. Screw the gradient. Why does the layer weight not do anything? Oh, and you can't use bumps. Bumps don't work. There we go. Now there's just gonna be flat, glossy, beautiful little objects. A done deal. Cool. Okay, we're saving it. Let's go. So, I need to turn on Mario. Harder than you think. Mario's a hard man to turn on. There we go. I believe it's on. Let's go ahead and pop on over here. You were putting way too much work into that? Yeah, it's my way, man. Okay, so we're missing a file somewhere. There it is. Insert Mario. There he is. There's the boy. Yeah, I'm Winchester housing it, as you know. Okay, so these are very smooth objects with weird collisions attached to them. Oh god. Okay, we have fully locked it. Tell you what. We're gonna get rid of a few of these strays here. Thank you for the save. Let's insert Mario. Oh, he's fully done. He hates it. He's broken. He's over it. Oh, he's had enough. He's over it. We've lost. We fully just lost. I want a new scene. New scene. He's done. He doesn't want anything to do with this. No ground? Yeah, maybe we need a ground. Mario isn't broken. You're broken. All right, we got ground. CQDK, you look what you've done. We'll put down a really gross looking stone texture, which I can't actually do because it has bump. So I guess I'm stuck using the gem. That looks beautiful. That looks so weird. Okay, we're in. Now we have ground. Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right, they're actually quite a bit further apart from where I thought they were. Wahoo! You know, it's not the worst level I've ever experienced. Just a bunch of random wolf heads. Get me up there. There we go. Not bad. Everything's just so slippery. Okay, I'm not good at Mario. I can only... The backflip's the only real move I have. No. No. There we go. Give me there. Yeah, so they made Mario playable in Blender. You can just like make levels and go. You can just do whatever you like. All right. I feel like I've proven myself. I feel like we've proven the scene. I think we've satisfied CQDK's sick, twisted view of the world. So let's call it there. Despite the fact that you're not human. So I can go ahead and just delete all this. Put you back in, and we're back. All right, we're in. Is it time to start sculpting? Might be time to start sculpting. I kind of want to sculpt. I kind of just want to see what I can do with this. Let's do a sculpt. Let's start sculpting. I'll make a copy. Wolf head back up. I just want to see what I can do. We're pushing limits now. There we go. Dynatopo turned on. We're going to go ahead and do our normal setup with a 10, which might be overkill. Let's see. 10 is not an overkill. Actually, it's perfect. Only problem is I didn't apply this guy. There we go. Now we go back to a 10 and we do it. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful boy. Alright, so I'm just adding a little bit of crinkles to the nose, just trying to really play with the shape of the head a little bit. I'm looking at this guy quite a bit to figure out where we're going. Alright, here we go. Now, the eye is like the crucial part of this. I gotta make sure the eye works. The eye is the part that's gonna make this not a normal wolf. This is a hypnotic wolf. Okay, so we got a very front-facing, weird-looking head. Let's push this back just a little bit. But otherwise, I think we're here. Make them like the Majora's Mask one. Ooh, I do like the Majora's Mask wolves. Those things are great. I haven't thought about Majora's Mask wolves in a while. Do you meditate? I like to meditate, but I've been bad about doing it recently. I think meditating is very crucial to my health, but I've been very bad at it recently, which my health hasn't been great lately. It's not bad, I'm not like dying or anything, but I've been very stressed lately. And I think not meditating could be a part of that, or just not having the ability to meditate, I think is maybe a better way of saying that. For me, also, meditating isn't as stringent of a process as it is for other people. Some people are like, oh, and they do all that sort of stuff. No, I don't mess with all that. I don't get deep into all that kind of stuff. Instead, for me, meditating is sitting quiet, trying to make my brain stop going crazy. I don't really believe in the spiritual aspects of meditation. I am a simple, my brain works the way my brain works kind of guy. You meant more like the eyes of the mask itself? Okay, yes. Let's try that. So in order to make the Majora's Mask eye, I need to build out a canal. So there's like a canal there, and there's a canal there. Actually, what I should do is put a circle on here first. I love this look, but it's not the correct look. That is frightening looking, but it's not the look we're going for. Da-dee-dee-dee-dum. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay, that's about right, I would argue. Let's put a mirror on there and mirror that across our cube. And let's do this. Now, an animal like this is gonna need to have somewhat peripheral vision, but the gaze needs to be very far forward. That's bad. Didn't think about doing that. So these eyes are gonna look janky for a little bit, but we're gonna come together and make them work. There we go. That's the Majora's Mask sort of eye right there. We'll do the same thing right here. Get it really tight in there. Come on. Perfect. No, 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 no. That is not terrible looking. It's a little weird, but it's not bad. It definitely needs work, but it's not a bad amount of work, I would say. I've kind of made like a weird like Chinese lion snake naga-y sort of thing. It looks like a panther. Oh, he is scary looking. Imagine running into this thing in the middle of the wild. I'm trying to meditate. I think maybe helps my anxiety. Yeah, you should. Can I recommend a video to you? He looks like a sphinx. I take that as a huge compliment. Dude, he is haunted. This thing will destroy you. Perfect. The eyes are just as far forward as I want them to be. Now we gotta make this little saber tooth, which is gonna take a bit of effort on my part, but otherwise. We're here. Yeah, give me one moment and I'll find that video for you. I need to keep the momentum going while I have it. Yeah, helping cool down your thoughts is a great way of saying it, for sure. Otherwise, my brain will just go and go and go forever. Dude, he looks crazy. Since when did we learn how to 3D model, folks? Oh, I want to give him just like the nicest little whiskers. I want to give him like spiky. Oh, we're giving him whiskers. We're gonna give him really nice whiskers. He's getting whiskers. Okay, let me find the video first, and then we're giving him whiskers. All right. We are here on some YouTube. Oh, look at a guy posting a thing about a pixie. That's weird. We should follow that guy. Let's not look at my history results. Meditation 101. I highly recommend this video. Highly, highly, highly. It's 2 minutes and it's perfect. It's 2 minutes and it's like everything you ever needed. So it is gonna go in general. You love the cold ones as well? Yeah, I like cold ones. I'm a bit of a cold ones fan. They're They're just a little crazier than I am comfortable with, which I appreciate. Okay, we're back. Let's give this guy some whiskers. Abroad in Japan, yes. I've been deep on Abroad in Japan. I'm also a big fan of Trash Taste, although sometimes they have like the worst takes in the world and it just like flies me out of this dimension. Every now and again, you'll be watching Trash Taste and they'll just say something like, here's why cooking is so stupid. And I'm like, it's cooking. It's a normal... They'll just say some random thing and I'll lose my mind. And then they always cut it back with like, it's a joke, guys. It's like, you guys were screaming at each other. I don't know if that was a joke. I don't think that was a joke. Maybe it was, maybe you were like, you know, hamming it up, but I think you were serious. Yeah. Oh my god, it drives me nuts. They'll just say the weirdest stuff sometimes, and I'm like, what is happening? Speaking of what is happening, what am I doing? Let's do it over here. Dynatopo is turned off. That explains why this is so mushy. I'm gonna turn smooth on just so I can see it. Alright, so this is gonna look weird for just a bit, but it's gonna come together, I promise. I have a plan. If it doesn't work, it's easy to fix. I mean, I think of it more as shit posting. I had a lot of weird conversations on the night shift that people just took devil's advocate and standpoints just to have something to say or stay awake. I get that, but man, sometimes the things they say are just so like, you're crazy. Like, this is not an opinion that a human being has. They're just crazy boys. They're just young boys who are very popular on the internet. And that's awesome for them. If you got me to tell you all of my opinions, I would hope that people disagree with me, right? I have some hot takes that I don't share here on stream. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the subtle route instead of the dramatic route. I think I'm conflicting my art style a little bit too much. I'm gonna show you what I wanna do. It's gonna look weird. This is gonna look strange. Sorry. This is what I wanna do. I don't think it's gonna work though. I feel all the hate ham and pineapple pizza gets is due to people wanting to argue over nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I don't like bananas. Honestly, we can't be friends anymore. Sorry. Compatibility gone. No, bananas are whatever. I can't drink banana milk because when I was a kid, I drank a whole bunch of banana milk and got super, super sick. So banana milk and me have a weird fuzzy relationship with one another. You love banana split? I was given a banana split by somebody at the height of my depression, and I will always remember that banana split. But otherwise, nah. Otherwise, it's kind of a nah from me, dog. This is gonna be a really conflicting art style. I'm debating if this even is worth doing, but I'm gonna go for it just for my own curiosity. I'm too in at this point to not at least see it, but it's gonna end poorly. Turns out you have to actually do this and set origin to geometry and hit scale and go to sculpt and then put on X and then go Dynatopo and then do a detail flood fill and then you're set. Hello? The heck is happening? Okay, let's just apply rotation, right? That should fix it. Perfect. There we go. Now we're set. There we go. What someone else likes eating is the thing that probably affects other people the least. Absolutely. There's no reason ever to argue about what food is best, but people need to conflict and controversy. There is a big problem in the Middle East. I was watching Chef's Table, and there's a Middle Eastern chef who owns a restaurant in Turkey, I want to say, something like that. And there's a thing in the Middle East, it's weird, where there's like national dishes per all of the Middle Eastern regions. I don't know if it's countries or regions or what. I don't know where they do those dividing lines for food, but there's dividing lines all over the place. And I guess they hate each other a lot for some reason. And so if you get caught, if you're in Iraq and you're eating food from Iran, people will just attack you. You're not allowed to eat that food because we don't eat that food here. Which is like, what? And I mean, not to be the worst person ever or whatever. Most of it's roughly the same kind of food. Most of it is flatbread, fire roasted meat. So to like throw a fit and hit people when they're eating the wrong food is crazy. Is out of control. It's just the most like entitled, weird thing that people do. I mean, you live in the South. When I was there, they were like that over barbecue. I've never experienced that personally. Down here in the South, there's three kinds of barbecue. There's dry rub, there's barbecue sauce, and there's mustard barbecue sauce. Every restaurant I've ever gone to has all three. Every restaurant I've ever been to serves all of them, and whatever, man, who cares? I mean, you'll have people who will be like, actually, this is better, blah, 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 blah. But they're like hoity-toity hippie people. They're not gonna fight you. They're not gonna kill you for eating food, I'll tell you that. Where I live, people are actually pretty, the thing that people love to do is watch other people eat. It's very weird. People will watch you eat where I live, and they'll try to, like, create a friendship with you out of it. They'll be like, oh, you like your pickles on a sandwich. I'm a pickle guy myself. Let's be friends. People, like, watch you eat. It's so odd. Such a weird thing people do here. I also like the pickle. Yeah, I can't. Every time you're like standing in a line or something, somebody will like just try to insert themselves. Hey, what's up, Mila? Are you a pickle person? Just got home from work? Congratulations. I'm glad you're off that. I mean, you're in Florida, so I don't think that's as bad there, but people in Memphis would, how dare you eat barbecue in Carolina style? I mean, that's crazy. If that's true, which I believe you. But like, if that's really what people are doing with their lives, get a life. Get a life, fool. It's craziness. I'm not a pickle person. I'm Pickle Rick. Wow. Hey, sorry. You can't be here anymore. This is a poly edit. This needs to be poly edited. You know, this isn't even going to look good. I don't care. This isn't going to look good. I don't want to do it. Okay, let's cap off the last little bit of this before I get onto the bottom jaw. And we're going to just start over with the bottom jaw. I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to go crazy. We're just going to go one step at a time. Why not? Rick and Morty is amazing. That's fair. I don't agree. I don't like Rick and Morty. I don't hate Rick and Morty. I'm not vehement. I'm not like, Rick and Morty, blah, blah, blah. I'm not one of those people. But Rick and Morty doesn't pass the test for me. My biggest thing with Rick and Morty is that the backgrounds are so boring in every scene. I think that's something I care a lot about in shows, is like how enriching the backgrounds of things are. And Rick and Morty, it's just everything is so flat looking. Everything looks so basic. And then the humor is not exactly my kind of humor either, so I don't hate Rick and Morty. It's a fine show. It ain't for me. It ain't my show. Making friends as an adult is hard. Food is somewhat benign way of saying hi. Would you like to be friends pickup line? Okay, I'm going to say the most crotchety bastard thing I can say right now. And I would love to be judged for it. I would love you to tell me that I'm wrong. I don't hate Rick and Morty, but I prefer Ricky Martin. Whatever that's a reference to is great. Yeah, get ready to judge me. If somebody walks up and wants to be my friend, my gut reaction is like, you don't even know me. Like, why do you want to be my friend? Like, if we've talked, right? If you've seen me or whatever, and we talked for a little bit before I started hanging out with you. Yeah, exactly. There was a conversation there. You didn't see me in a line and go, "You're cute. Want to be my friend?" I don't know. I think the world is very lonely, and it's good that we make friends with people. Like, it's important to try and make friends with people like that. But that's what clubs are for, right? Like, that's why you go pick up litter in the park and you ask people to join you and stuff. That's how I make friends. I did the same thing with Saf and Boxy. Sure. And a big part of that as well is, like, admitting that it fails sometimes. If you try to make friends with people really quickly, you're going to have bad interactions, and that's fine. It's a big part of it. You got to be ready to not be friends with people. I think that's a big part of life. Rick and Morty, not for everyone. That's fair. I like it, though. Yeah, nothing wrong with liking Rick and Morty. I like the first few seasons. I realized I would watch a whole episode in season 2 and 3 and not without laughing, so I stopped watching. That's kind of how I feel about most TV in general. I don't really laugh a lot. I laugh at, like, spontaneous stuff. I don't really laugh at shows. I don't like organized humor. If you take me to a stand-up show, I'm not going to laugh. Like, sorry that you wasted your money. I'm not going to laugh at anything. It's not, I don't... The other day, I was in bed with my wife, and I came 3 times, and she didn't come once. Like, I'm not going to laugh. I'm sorry. You're telling a joke. I know you're telling a joke. It's not authentic. It's not in the moment enough for me, I guess. I just made fun of every stand-up comedian. I'm sorry. I actually really respect your industry. I think what you do is kind of hard and difficult, but it's just not for me. Yeah, don't put expectations on people, for sure. I'm introverted and moved up north. I went to a hotel south to a hotel south and someone started talking to me in an elevator and my first thought was, what the hell do you want? Yeah, that's a little confusing. I think there are some really funny stand-up shows. There are shows that are funnier than other shows, for sure. But I just can't laugh at organized humor. I don't have the soul for it. The hardest I've ever laughed in my life, was a really close friend of mine. We were playing Little Big Planet in college. We were playing Little Big Planet 2. And we had been playing for a long time, and we'd been deep into like sabotaging each other and just like doing the normal Little Big Planet stuff. And after like a ton of play, we get to the final boss. And spoilers to the final boss of Little Big Planet 2, you're in a hamster ball for most of the boss fight. And we were just trolling each other so much, and I couldn't stop laughing, and I couldn't see through the tears in my eyes. Like, people say that's a cliche, right? I was laughing so hard I couldn't see. I really couldn't see. It was out of control. And we were just laughing so hard, and we were trolling each other so hard, and every time we would like have a break from laughing, somebody would do something, and it would ramp up again, and it would get worse, and it just happened for such a long time, and at the end of it, I was exhausted, and my cheeks hurt, and it was just so bad. And that was the most I ever laughed, because it was like authentic and real, and I don't know, I didn't know that I was gonna laugh that day. I didn't go to a show and say like, I'm paying money, please make me laugh. I can't laugh at stuff like that. I don't find that funny. Authentic laughter is the only laughter I can like subscribe to, unfortunately. Which makes me bitter a lot, which makes me an old man most of the time. Straight cis men who just make jokes about sex with their wife or talk about how naggy their wives are usually pretty lame. Yeah. I think comedy... Okay, I got a hot take for you. I got a hot take for everybody. I'm sorry if you fall into this category. Please feel free to criticize if you feel attacked. I think most comedy isn't actually meant to be funny. I think it's meant to justify normalcy. I think a lot of people go to comedy shows so that they get to go, oh, I also do that. Oh, me too. I think it's not meant... I think the laughter is secondary, is what I'm saying. I think comedy really exists to tell people that their normal, mundane lives, which lives are mundane. My life is mundane. I'm not making fun of anybody with a mundane life. But I think, yeah, relating is the #1 aspect of it. One of my favorite comedians is Jeff Dunham. I'm going to not give my opinions on Jeff Dunham. My dad's side of the family up north, every Christmas, they put on the Jeff Dunham special, whatever the Jeff Dunham special is. I don't know which one. But they put on a Jeff Dunham special on repeat. Just on repeat all Christmas Eve, day after. It's just the same special on repeat over and over and over again. It's so boring. I can't watch any... Like, Lord of the Rings is probably one of my favorite things that exists in the universe. I don't want to watch the Lord of the Rings movies more than twice a year. I don't care. I don't want to experience anything over and over and over again. That's crazy. What is wrong with Jeff Dunham? What's wrong with Jeff Dunham? I mean, if you want my real opinion, I'm not trying to offend anybody. If this is going to offend somebody, then please let it know that this is just my opinion. But my problem with Jeff Dunham is it's just kind of obvious. It's just kind of like simple humor. There's no real thought like put into it. Like, a lot of it is very... Well, that's racist, but I did a twist at the end and it's not racist. And he's the guy who's been bullied his whole life and he gets one over on his bully. And it's very surface. There's not a lot of depth to it. There's not a lot of expression of what could be, or there's just, for me, it's not relatable in that sense because I don't feel like a middle-aged man. It just ain't for me. It is, and that's fine. I think why Bo Burnham's Inside did so well is because he hit things most people struggle with, especially in our generation, right? Bo Burnham really hit the millennial mindset, and I think if you showed Bo Burnham's Inside to an older audience, they would hate it. They would not feel connected to it in any way whatsoever. You know what? I like the eyes better the way I had them before. I'm just gonna pull these guys back just a little bit. Jeff Dunham, you might be a redneck guy. Makes me laugh a lot because I have seen similar things in my family, and it's funny that it's not happening to you. Totally. I think I also have a very similar family as well. But I don't know. It's just very obvious to me. That's fine. You know, I'm not trying to talk anybody out of liking what they like. At the end of the day, what exists in the world is very much a like zeitgeist of what is conscious and what is actually like relevant in the world. And no way should anybody try and stop that. We should try and improve it, of course. Like, hatred should not be something that gets passed very often. Racism is obviously something that should be snipped in the butt, but for the most part, I think what exists for good reason. The world is not really belonging to any one person at any given time. It's an important thing that I believe in, is that as few people as possible should have their hands on the steering wheel. I think nature takes its course more often than not in the world, and culture is a really good representation of that. I'm not really a fan of Jeff Dunham, but I don't have anything against him. I don't think his comedy is bad. He's very talented. I'm just not into it. Yeah, I agree with that. I can understand if I haven't been in a situation I haven't been in, it wouldn't be nearly as funny. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with Jeff Dunham. It's just not for me. It definitely doesn't help that I've seen the special like 1,000 times on repeat over and over again in a room full of people who are quoting it word for word. Like, that doesn't make anything good. Hey, just PSA. This is a PSA to everybody in the world. If you're sharing something with somebody, please don't talk over the movie with the words to the movie. Don't do that. That's not nice. People don't like that. I've experienced that a lot. I watched Moulin Rouge with somebody that I was dating once, and they were like, "Can you watch this with me because it's so important to me?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, why not? Whatever, I don't care." And we watched Moulin Rouge, and the whole time they're just quoting it, and I was like, "We're done. This relationship is over." Okay, so I don't know how I feel about the eyelids. The only time that should happen is Rocky Horror Picture Show in the theater because it's part of the experience. I don't even really agree with that. I think that might also be the reason why so many men say female comedians are not funny. I think it's a joke that things really relatable for a female audience most men can't understand. I agree with that. I really like Moulin Rouge. The more mature I get when I watch, the more I realize the story sucks, but I still love it. I think that's kind of the point, though. I experienced a live Rocky Horror Picture Show one time in high school with a bunch of theater kids. And despite what you might imagine of me, I actually enjoyed it. I know I'm a crotchety old bastard and I hate everything, but it was actually kind of a really nice time. And I never want to do it again. I never want to experience that again. It was exhausting. I was sweating. Everybody was kissing each other. Everybody was throwing things. It was a little wild. I've heard it's a life-changing experience. Oh boy, is it. Oh boy, is it. And we got the gambles going. You know what? If you're gonna gamble, I made the best coffee. All right, what is the best coffee? Let's hear it. You know what? Those lines look clean to me. Everything about this looks good. I'm okay with this. It's Blues Brothers. You made Blues Brothers. Cool. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. You made blueberry hazelnut. What happened? Yeah, you know what? I never asked either. How is everybody today? How's everybody doing? What's everybody's day like? There we go. That to me looks critical. That to me is it. I think that is a face done. I kind of want to stick some ears on here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to ruin the whole thing with ears. I might put like little tiny baby ears coming off of here, like back. I'm tired and I'm hoping the coffee gives me life. True. Good, and you? I'm happy. I'm going to Rio in 10 days. What are you doing in Rio? How am I? Had a really good conversation with Scroopy this morning. I've been very productive lately. My stomach's been killing me because I've been eating a bunch of Takis. Almost everything in my room is gone. And I'm going on vacation soon. I'm okay. A little out of it. Little not alive right now. Kind of drifting through the abyss. Mine's been busy. Did an all-day shift, and it was really busy for a Monday. Do you mind if we ask what you do for work? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to. Of course. I mean, I don't have to give you permission to do that, but just so you know. I'm going to uni in Rio in 10 days? My man! My man, I'm proud of you. Takis are bae. Have you tried dipping them in cream cheese? I've not. That sounds crazy. That sounds wild. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just start building off of this. I'm gonna go ahead and do something and then join. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm very proud of you. Takis and cream cheese is delish. All right, so we've all learned something today, and it's that we should all try Takis and cream cheese. You can all thank T for the discovery. I work for a second-hand electronics trade and sale company called CEX. That sounds very familiar. CEX. You know what? I'm thinking of the Canadian NZXT. It sounds like NZXT to me. Which I think went out of business, if I'm correct. We buy and sell stuff from DVDs to Xbox or PCs and stuff like that. Yeah. That's awesome. Good for you. Do you like it? Do you enjoy your job? Really, any hot chip and cream cheese? Yeah, I mean, that's the stuff, right? I think I prefer smooth view when doing sculpting. I know that's not the normal opinion to have, but I think I really prefer smooth view. Something about it just feels right. There we go. There we go. Oh. Look at that perfect little baby. I like my job. Yeah, it's fun. Helps keep me on my feet. It's enjoyable. Good. It's important. What's up, Echo? Dum da dee dee dum ba dee. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this ear, like a lot. My friends are kind of sad. We were like inseparable for a long time, but this is the best move I can ever make. Yeah, and you know, I don't know if this is gonna make you feel good or not, so take this with a grain of salt. But I find that a lot of relationships, most relationships, end up becoming relationships of convenience. A lot of people are friends with people or interact with people because it's convenient to them. And I don't think that's sad, and I don't think that's bleak. I don't think that says bad things about the world. I think that's normal. And I think it's cool that we acknowledge it and we accept it for what it is. And so if your friends remain your friends, even though you're gone, then it's good. And if not, then you have some truth in the matter. I think long distance is a good tell of the world around you. Conveniently having fun. Yeah, I mean, think about, like, I know some people might have a mental problem with this, and if you do, I apologize if I'm triggering something. But, like, there are people on the other side of the world that you might be perfectly compatible with. But because you don't live there and you're not interacting with them, you're not dating them. You're not experiencing them, whatever the thing may be, right? Very normal conversation. To think that that is everybody in your life, I think is liberating. To think that, like, a lot of stuff is just about convenience. Of course, there's personality and stuff involved. Like, I'm not saying every single person in the world is somebody that you're compatible with, because clearly not. Like, there are bad people in this world. But I think it's liberating to think, like, you could get along with everybody. Or you could get along with a lot of people, at the very least. I think that's for me, I like that. As a growing up Buddhist, that's a good thing for me to hear. That makes me feel less it gives me a lot less pressure about relationships. Because then it's not like, I have to make this work or else I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life. Because I used to be that kind of person a lot. I used to always worry, like, if I do the wrong thing, everyone will hate me forever and I'll never have friends, period. I actually agree. I don't know why those people are sad, but I love them. That's a true friend right there. Spoken like a true friend. Well, good. I mean, what you're going to do is you're going to get on Discord and you're going to play online games with them, and you guys are going to be the BFFs you've always wanted to be. Not that you haven't already been the best BFFs for each other. It'll be great. You're going to have a great time. More importantly, you're going to be getting that degree, baby. All right, so let's try and experiment with this just a little bit. He is so haunted. I consider Red as a friend, but never saw him in real life. Yes, I also consider Scroopy my friend. Scroops is a good friend of mine. You know, I think a lot of friendship for me as an adult now comes down to compatibility. Like, I can tell pretty quickly whether I'm going to be friends with somebody or not. Scroopy was one of those people that I was just like, oh, we're buds. Like, we get it. We're in the same mindset. So true, yeah. That's so sweet. You know, always charming each other. My first interaction with Scroopy really was here on stream. It was nice. It was charming. Okay, so this guy here is looking great. You rated me, yes, and you didn't want to speak English, but I made you, or you were very kind about speaking English, but you didn't want to speak English. And then now you like have English as an option on your stream. Scroopy's just a charming little bean, as you are too, T. T, we're very close. I don't think it's any lie, or I don't think it's any secret to anybody that T and I are very close. Okay, to get away from sentimental stuff. 1 to 10, how do we feel about these ears? 1 to 10, how are these bad boys doing it? Yeah, we're buds as heck. Wham, 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 wham. Yeah, they're Dobby ears. Yeah, I want them to look like like scared, but also predatory. They look a bit sad. I'm trying to put them back like when cats go Batman mode. I'm trying to do the Batman ears. Tell you what, I think the ears might look a little bit better if I make a thing real quick. Let me make a thing just so I can get the vibe for it. Speaking of cats, Bean finally started using her window hammock. Oh, baby. 10% from the side. Okay, I will do that. Give me 1 moment. It's always nice when a cat, like, finally acknowledges it has an actual house and uses that house. Oh, man, this is my moment to say that I've been watching, people who live out of vans, and I've been really thinking about it. I've been really thinking about van life. It's been hot on the mind lately. I'll have some dinner. See you later. All right. What are you having for dinner, by the way? You can tell us when you come back. If you come back. Not that you're expected to come back or anything. But yeah, I've been watching people who live out of their vans lately, and man, I am in. I am so in. The idea of like making a house, like I grew up doing a little bit of DIY sort of stuff like that. The idea of building a house is so nice, and having to do the electronics and all that sort of stuff, I love it. It seems very complicated, and the internet is obviously the most difficult thing ever when you live in a place like that. But just something I've been thinking about. Been really thinking about it. Yeah, have a good dinner. Don't forget to chew. I forgot to chew a waffle this morning because I was so hungry. Excuse me? Okay. Okay. Are we here? Are we experiencing this? Is this it? We're done, right? Like I did it? We can all go home now? Shift is over? Looks like the saber-toothed tiger from Ice Age. I am okay with that. That is kind of the vibe. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make the rest of the teeth, which is 6. It's 8, but I'm gonna do 6. I think 6 looks better. So we're gonna make them way smaller, and we're going to go ahead and just take 2 points and bring them up. Mixed with the squirrel. The squirrel from Ice Age is such a, like, well-designed character. To be like, I mean, whether you like him or not, just to be like how relevant he is for how little screen time he gets is wild. How in the public consciousness he is. That's a pretty good looking tooth. Maybe it could be a little more stout. There we go. I'm going to say that looks pretty good. Done. GUI, bring that back into here. Okay, so we have a tooth. I've learned everything ever to know ever. What am I saying? I've learned that you shouldn't get lost in mirrors and stuff until you position everything correctly first. So we're gonna do a little bit of positioning here right in the beginning. There we go. Now we turn everything to suit. We take a look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's here. Let's put a normal on here. Just like that. And we're in. Okay, so the like crucial element of this guy, the most important thing that I have to do to like make this thing work is it has this crazy looking eye, and I think I might take a break from sculpting for a moment to do some eyes. I think it might be eye time. There we go. That looks okay to me. Now, we have this set up to cube. And now we can link all of those, not materials, but modifiers. Okay, boom. The inside doesn't look very good, but I can just extend those up. That's not a big deal. The gums are right there anyway. Gums are tough. Gums are a weird little thing that exists in these guys, but for the time being, that is good. Wow, he is horrifying. This looks like a mantelpiece. You stick this guy above a roaring fireplace and you tell old stories to your children about how you slayed the beast. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in on this. This is a great looking build. Okay, so next up is the eyeballs. Let's do it. Actually, I see one thing I want to touch up real quick, and then we'll do the eyeballs. Just want to widen that nose up just a little bit right there. Just like that. Just a little bit. And now we'll go ahead and scoop that nose back just a little bit. And we're going to start thinking about eyeballs. So the big worry here for me is that the eyes are going to get out of control. And so what I think we got to do is we got to go one block at a time, do one color at a time until the eyes are complete. I can picture them in my head right now. It's already kind of made, but we're going to have to be careful with how we do it. We're going to barely try and scoop that back. Oh my god. This thing is haunted. I kind of wanted to give him even like larger eyes than that, but I think they're fine. Okay. Let's do it. So, eyeballs. We're gonna call these wolf eyes, even though they're really not wolf eyes. And I'm gonna go in reverse order of what I normally do. We're gonna get the substance correct first. So eyes are very juicy. They have a nice amount of clear coat on them. It's cool to see your evolution since last time I was around. Thank you. I feel like I've gotten better. I keep hitting roadblocks here and there, but for the most part, I feel pretty comfortable with how I've been doing things. It's definitely been a process. I have good days and I have bad days as well, and today is definitely on a better end of the spectrum. But I woke up early and I stretched and I've been eating, and I have more things going for me today than I do some days. That's a big part of it, for sure. Okay, here we go. We're making an eyeball. Don't get caught up. Don't think about it too hard. Just do it. Not gonna get caught up in the details. We're just gonna use a gradient texture. And by that, I mean we're gonna use a wave texture. And we're gonna use a layer weight. Set to facing, set to here, and we should have a color. And it follows you. Perfect. Perfect. Step one done. Oh, he's haunted. Yep. Oh yeah, he's haunted. Oh no. This is gonna be the scariest thing I've ever made. Boy. So, let's get really close to here. I think it's like 2.4. Oh no, we're still getting a sequencing problem, which I think is Mario. Okay, let's go ahead and quit out real quick and come back in. I'm sorry? Why is it doing this? It shouldn't be going this slow. There's something wrong. Something is not right in here. It shouldn't be rendering like this. This is the most normal render I've ever done in my life. We messed something up. Something is weird here. Because it renders instantly when I do it like that. It's doing physics or something. Oh man, we have something installed somewhere that's like really disliking this. You know what? Next time I do Mario, I should do it in a separate file. I shouldn't do it here. Something is weird here. What is going on? Why won't you render? I mean, it's like 2 steps, right? It's the most normal thing in the universe. Yeah, something got really screwed up here. Okay, well, in the meantime, I'm just going to try and guesstimate where we're at. Perfect. Okay, so it loops. We got a loop. I'm not going to think too hard about it. I wish it would animate right now, but it's not going to. Oh, I wish you would animate. Oh well. We still have the Mario material turned on here. Let's get rid of that. Let's see if that helps. What are we looking to do? We're trying to go to Blender file. Materials. Mario, get out of here. Want nothing to do with you. And now, do we have anything else? Nothing? Nothing? Nothing, nothing. We've got like 1 million screens here. I don't know what that means. We got our workspaces. That's normal. Worlds, world. Something got super messed up. Man, that is so upsetting. Oh well. I guess we're just moving on. I'm just gonna have to trust that it looks good. I'll have to like render it or something and double check, but... There's a part of me that wants to just like attempt to go open a new file and see what happens, but I will refrain. I think that is a little too crazy right now. Okay, so we're back. Layer 1, done. Now, let's put on a mix RGB. I'm I'm also going to put a color ramp in here because we have to choose what that color is eventually. Next up is a gradient. Set like this. Actually, we don't need a gradient at all. We can just go straight to layer weight. I can just use a straight layer weight right here and do this as a piercing red. There we go. Now we have actual eyes that follow you. Very good. And now we're going to distort things just a little bit. There we go. So the pupil is something I'm going to have to think about for a little bit. Pupil's going to require a bit of thinking on my part, but the rest of this is standard fare. So we can add a mix RGB right there with something. I'm going to use a layer weight again, even though I think this is going to be problematic. I don't think I should be doing this, but I think I can work it. I think I can make it work. We're going to want something like a Musgrave. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Nope, 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 nope. Get rid of that. I was hoping it would follow... Yeah, I was hoping it would do that. Dun, da, 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 dee, dum, ba, da, da. Doody doo dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba. So we have the beginnings of something. I think I might make it ridged. There we go. Nice and easy. Oh, that is good. That's a look right there. Okay, we're gonna make that very subtle. Very, very light, very, very subtle. With slightly more dimension. In fact, I think I can plug the layer weight into my offsets. There we go, perfect. Now it follows correctly. Now we have a dusty little eyeball, a very scary old cataraxing eyeball. And the goal is not to use a mix, but instead to use a darken, I think. Let's not use a darken. Let's use a linear light. That is just about perfect. Yes, and the way it moves and shapes, that is great. Perfect. That is my scary cat eyeball. Into the void you go. Now, if we color this... Okay, so let's make you red. Let's make you dark, like a dark purplish red. This is about to get out of control. It looks so good. Okay, so I was told that using too much red, white, and blue has a bit of a America feel, and I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of that in my work, so I'm being a little bit more careful about it. Okay. America. What's up, Simo? How you doing, my man? Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from the whole America vibes for the most part. It's not exactly my my normal agenda. America's fine if you want to start a business, otherwise it's just a normal country. I think blue's gotta look the best, though. Welcome back, Scroops. You got kebabs? I'm jealous. I want a kebab. Okay, so you're gonna be black. And you're going to be a color. I kind of want you to be yellow. Doing some late night laundry? Nothing wrong with a little bit of late night laundry. That, to me, looks like a desperate animal. That looks like an animal that is really just doing its best. Okay, yeah, that is haunted. That is very scary. That is a haunted-looking boy. Where's this red coming from? I'm not understanding the red. I think it's the mixture. Check, 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 check. Okay, that looks better. That looks like very cataracts to me, which is the goal. I'm trying to cataracts that eye. It's still pretty blue. Ooh. So, in my writing, cyan is a very magical color. Cyan is, like, the most predominantly magical color, and now seeing like bright cyan eyes has such a weird effect. But that red ring, that has a haunting look to it. Okay, yeah, that's the look right there. I'm done. That's it. That's perfect. That is as scary as it can get. Haunted. It almost hurts my eyes to look at, which is the goal. This is a thing that possesses you by looking you dead in the eyes. It should be haunting. Nope. It's best just like that. Perfect. Now your eyeball. Wow, that is haunted. This looks like such a sad, desperate little creature. I think I want to go nuts. I think I'm going to go gradient, and I think I'm going to go Musgrave. We're going to plug you into here. Okay, high detail, low dimension. Hello, I just sold something online. Don't mind me. Fun part about moving is selling all your stuff. It's either you do it and you make money, or you don't and you have a bunch of stuff that you don't want anymore. It's a great mixture. There we go. That's roughly what I'm going for. You are moving? I am. I've been in the process for about a month and a half now, and I will be relatively done moving here in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks' time, it'll probably be a little bit of sparseness on stream while I figure everything out. I think the mouth will help to make it less sad. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. You're looking for an apartment as well? Very awesome. That's a good reference image. Thank you for that. I do have to convert it, though. Which I don't like converting, but it is what it is. Do 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 do. Somebody's making the big boy money and gets to afford an apartment. Are you moving in with anybody? Are you gonna look for roommates, or are you just going for it? Okay, so I'm just being careful with how I'm doing this. That is it. That's haunted. What is happening? How did I do this? What is this? How is this happening? Lachronicity is like 0 to 1. Yeah, the eyes are really good. Oh no. We've done it. We've made the scariest thing ever. It looks like a black hole. You've gotten way used to living by yourself? I mean, nothing wrong with that. I think the older I get, the more I realize I like to be alone a lot, but living by myself would probably not be great. I'm a little bit of a social butterfly, unless I lived in like a very small place. But the bigger the house is, the more uncomfortable I get. I don't like space. I'm very anti-space. I like an office, I like a bedroom, I like a bathroom, I like a kitchen. Done. You can combine some of them together, I don't mind. You know what? That's it. We're here. We're done. 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 Cool. Let's go ahead and color it. I kind of want to throw a kink in here, but there's no need to. I've been living in a tiny one-room apartment for like 6 years. I need a separate bedroom. Yes, I think separate bedroom is very important. I think it's a crucial part of being alive in the world. Why is the saturation so low? Is it this right here? It's like not saturating correctly. Why is it not saturating correctly? Why is this like washed out? It was looking good. I hate Musgraves. I don't know why Musgraves are so bad. I think the way you solve this is you put down a range node. Pretty sure we need a range. Map range. Try changing the color ramp interpolation. I don't think that's gonna help. Yeah, it's not even reaching the darkest part of the red, which is the problem. It's the map range. I mean, I like that. That's a cool look. Still not addressing the problem, unfortunately. Yeah, it's like, what is going on there? Why won't it do it? You know what? Hold on. Are you not true white? You are true white. And you're true black. What? What is happening? Can I colorize? Okay, I mean, this is the dumbest solution in the world, but I think it'll work. This is not how it's supposed to work, but... Oh, no. Okay, so it's not a problem with that at all. What? How can this get super dark? I hate Musgraves. I hate Musgraves so much. How can this... And that's not even that dark either, so there's something wrong with the Musgrave being fed through something. I hate Musgraves. It's the best. It's as good as it needs to be. How do I make it look correct? Let's put a mix RGB on here and see if I can't spoof this. This is dumb that you have to do this. I hate them so much. Oh, it works. Okay, so we just want to do our best to match that red right there, and we're going to go ahead and take you and... try and find the one. Color. I doubt that's going to work because there's no color that we're actually editing. Hue. I doubt that's going to work at all. Nope. Okay, so let's go ahead and do something like a linear lights. Something like an add. Ah, so close. You really need to take the Blender Cloud Procedural Materials course. Simo, you're always trying to give me homework. There's a million things I gotta do. I just don't have time for it. I don't got time for anything. Blender Studio? What does that mean? What is Blender Studio? Blender Studio. I don't know. I've never heard of that. Okay, that's close. That's close enough. That's gonna be as close as I want this to be. That is as close as I'm gonna get it. That's as good as we're gonna get it. That's perfect. That's a done deal. Done. Evil Eyes. High-end Blender tutorials made by Blender Foundations. It's pretty cheap too. $10 a month. Yeah, but I don't have time. If I spend my money on that, I'm gonna get lost in nothingness, right? I'm gonna waste my subscription. I like what I'm learning right now. I'm okay with how I'm learning right now. I'm definitely not learning as fast as I was a year ago, but nobody is, right? You never learn as fast as you were when you first started. I feel pretty comfortable lately. What I need to learn is a little bit of vector math. If I do some vector math and I learn how to do this using math nodes instead of a gradient, I would be very well off. I think that's next on the list for me. Okay, cool. Oh, man. Okay, so let's work on the bottom jaw. Let's get crunchy. I'm gonna divert this. I can make a Blender file with gradient made with math. Yeah, I believe you. You're good. You know what you're doing. Maybe I'll give it a try. There you go. Scroopy's learning Blender. It's only a matter of time until Scroopy is infinitely better than me at Blender. Scroopy learns like a beast. For reference, yeah, I just don't like totally get vector stuff yet. Like, if you sent it to me, I would understand one, but I don't know how I would translate it. I get the general premise, but I have trouble with, like, where are you pulling coordinates from? How do X, Y, Z relate to one another? Stuff like that. Like, I'm used to separate. Maybe I'll do a stream about vector math. Maybe I'll look up some vector math stuff and maybe I'll do a stream soon. And I'll make something nuts. Because I have the general idea in my mind. It's just I'm missing a few key ingredients. And it's hard to explain what those ingredients are unless I'm doing it, which I think will be nice. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to do a vector stream at some point. Maybe I'll do that before I move. That'll be a nice, like, last stream before I move. I'm gonna try for that. No promises, but I'm gonna try for that. That seems like a smart idea. Okay, let's get into this. All right, we are in. Okay, so all we're doing is we're just building up a mouth. It's gonna look like junk for a little bit, and that's a-okay. It's gonna look bad, and bad is part of good. There's shadow and there's light. That is the way of the world. Okay, I'm liking this, actually. I don't feel like this is that bad. This feels pretty real. That feels pretty good. Dare I say I like this? Now, what I've just realized is I'm gonna have to actually paint this thing, which I don't feel great about, but we'll get there. Bum, ba, 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 da. Man, I wonder if I sat down. I think I'd be embarrassed to do this on stream. Maybe I don't care, because obviously I show everything on stream, but I think it'd be interesting to have a stream where I attempt to just solve math problems with vectors and see how far I could get. The problem with that is the way that I solve puzzles is definitely not compelling. It's definitely not the most interesting thing in the world. I'm pretty good at puzzles. I will probably get there in the end, but how we'll get there, I'm not sure. You know what? Actually, that is too big. We don't want a mouth this big. That's a huge mouth. That is a scary big mouth. We probably want a mouth about that big. That's probably about perfect right there. That looks about right. We gotta make these weirdo teeth that things have, which I'm not looking forward to, but cool design challenge nonetheless. Every time I do lips, I end up doing the same thing, where I push this part forward and then feel weird about it for the rest of the sketch. So let's actually put like muscle down here. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't feel like that's what I want to do, but I'm just gonna go for it. I feel like we're gonna get something as long as we just push ourselves in a new direction. It's actually kind of a nice mouth. That is pretty cool looking. Obviously, the neck shouldn't be that big, but we'll get back to that in a little bit. I'm just doing that weird little palette that you have in your mouth, that weird, like, shape. There we go. That is just about perfect. I got a place to put the teeth. I got a place to put just about everything. All right, and we push up. You know what? I kind of liked it being just simple like this. Let's keep it like this. The teeth get really clean on that edge there. Okay, so now I'm seeing on our little reference that this part comes in quite a lot. It goes like that. We're getting very skeletal. I think of this thing as being like a hunter that probably doesn't eat very often. So I am letting it be a little bit skeletal. I was going to say a different word, but I think it's TOS, and I think it's not a very appropriate word, so I'm going to go back. Also, my eyes are killing me, so I'm taking those glasses off. I don't know if there's, like, something in my house or what, but, like, there's, like, my eyes are watering out of control. Graphics calculations can get pretty wacky fast. 3 dimensions is a lot to handle. Yeah. Like, if you ask me to take a line and calculate absolute value so that one side is equivalent to another side based on an axis, yeah, I get it. I understand how that works. If you're asking me to find the center of a point, the question for me is like, well, what's the point in the first place? Like, I get how to calculate the center. You take X, Y, Z, find value 0, and you scale out by however big you want the circle to be. But, like, what does center mean? Stuff like that I can't wrap my brain around. I don't get that stuff. Da-dee-dee-dum, ba-dee-dee-dum, ba-dum. I don't understand why we're having trouble doing this. Is, like, smoothing turned off or something? What is happening? Why is it not doing anything? Do I have a million vertices? I do. Let's go even further down. We can always add detail later. There we go. I was like, why is it not taking? That's the harm of using smooth as your main operator. Once you set up once, though, I think smooth is my preferred option, just to be able to see things. Okay, boom. Okay. Now we go ahead and pull up to get that, like, jawline. Everything is a little gross right now, but it's gonna come together. I'm in like skeletal, muscly stuff right now. I haven't smoothed out to skin yet. So if it looks like it's not skin, it's because it's not skin. Thinking that's it. Like, I think there's a lot of stuff to be done, but I think that's about as good as I want it to look right now. Like, I'd have to see a body to really get into what's next. Circle is the easiest shape to draw. Just take a unit vector that is the center and then take a length from that point. Yeah, totally. I'm talking about complicated stuff. Anything that can be done by a random texture node is easy to do in vector math. A little while ago, I was trying to make a spiral. I was trying to make a spiral in vectors. And it's just nauseating. I did it. I mean, I managed, but it took me forever, and I definitely wouldn't feel comfortable doing it live. But it's just so much. It's just so hard to do that. Too much effort. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's it. Keep that beautiful. Keep that beautiful thing right there. We have these tarot cards at work that have these black and white shapes and increasing complexity and the code in the back side of the card. I love that. That's awesome. That's very cool. So your company like does a lot of vector math? What is that? I don't understand why that is. What's up with your company? That seems odd to me. Shaders. Yeah, no, I get that, but like... why? Isn't it a car company? Like, okay, before I get an answer saying it's for this or this or this. It's... you make UI... you make, like, effects and stuff for screens in the cars, right? Oh, you're... okay, I understand. You work for, like, a specialist shop that does a bunch of... got it. It's client work. That's crazy. That's awesome. Yes, 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 yes. I understand exactly what you're saying. I thought you worked for a specific car company. That makes way more sense. I was like, that model doesn't make any sense to me. You'd have like one person doing that. You wouldn't have a bunch of people doing that. Yes, that makes way more sense. Mind me. That looks like a very wet bottom of a mouth, which is perfect. It looks like a dog's mouth. Hello? We make those pretty much for every car brand there is. Well, not all theirs, but the big automakers have car car models with their own graphics, with our graphics. Yes. Yeah. So you're a client relations company. I understand that. You're business to business. I was not getting that part at all. That went directly over my brain. That's awesome. I think those are the best kinds of businesses. I think those are the most fun businesses to work for. Because you kind of get to experience a bunch of stuff while still having the same, like, social group. Which is, I think, crucial to not hating a job. Is having people that you know and trust and, hey, my car broke down, can you please drive me to work? I think that's a big part of the default working experience. Yeah, and the clients aren't completely clueless. That is another great point. Everybody wishes that was them. You have a very enviable job. It's a very cool job, my man. I'm proud of you. You deserve it. You do good work. Thanks, I enjoy it. Good. Do you think it's going to be a job that you're going to want to spend the rest of your life at, or do you think you're going to get bored of it one day and move on to something else? I think we've talked about this before, and I think you said that you probably will get bored of it and move on to something else one day. But wondering if you've had a change of heart. That feels pretty cut right there. That feels not bad. We have more sprucing to do, but I want to join the mouths together before I do any of that stuff. Probably this is my first actual job ever, if you don't count the first month that I had with that one weird company. Really? You've never had a job before this? Were you just like in college? How did that work? Studied until that? That's crazy. I'm sure I'm not surprising anybody when I say this, but the idea of being a full-time student in the US is a wild thought. It's not really a thing over here. I mean, some people are fortunate enough to do it, but the average person works during college. Quite excruciatingly as well. Usually you have a 20 to 30 hour job during school. Yeah, they actually pay us to study here, not a lot, but still, yeah, it's a wild idea, isn't it? Okay, so the bottom teeth are the same as the top teeth. Let's grab one and give it a shot. $20 to $30 showers, and how many do you then go to school? So when I was in school, when I was in college, I at one point had 2 jobs, but that's I had 2 jobs for a short amount of time. I wasn't breaking my back over 2 jobs. So conventionally I had 1 job. That 1 job, I normally worked anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a day, about 3 to 4 times a week. So at minimum, I had 12 hours a week. At maximum, I had 32 hours a week. And then at school, I did 15 credit hours. So I spent 15 hours a week in class, not including homework. So all in all, I mean, it was about a full-time job between the both of them, but then I also had to do homework. And so the homework was the not full-time part of it. Homework is the part where they get you. That's where, oops, you got to do more than what we said you have to do. No, and I had it good. Like, I want to make it really clear that my experience was above average. Most people don't have it as good as I did, unfortunately. A lot of people end up working 30, 40 hours a week and have whatever amount of school that they can manage to afford at that point. It's pretty bad. It's not great here. You wonder why politics and stuff are going the direction that they're going here. Both sides, not trying to be like a partisan or whatever, but like both sides are crazy. Both sides are uneducated and don't know what's going on. How are you able to study well like that? You don't. You take Adderall. You use drugs to allow you to enter deep meditative states and get everything done before it's due. It sucks. It's awful. 40 hours of work is the normal work hours a week here. Yeah, same here. 40 hours is the normal over here. People talk about overtime, and overtime is a thing, for sure. Overtime is a thing. Like, I've experienced overtime in my life, but it's not as common, I think, as people say it is. I think that's just kind of a thing people talk about. America, am I right? Yeah, America. We got a weird world over here. America is a place where starting your own company is wonderful. I mean, not wonderful, but good. Like, we have good odds for starting companies. We have good business for entrepreneurs. It's a good place to be creative, for sure. It's a very creative economy. But if you just need to earn some money, or you just need to like get by for a couple of years, too bad. It's the same thing as getting a full-time job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everything is work. Which I guess is probably true everywhere. That's probably true in most Western countries, if not every country in the world. The situation that I'm in is very weird, and a lot of people treat me like I'm a very strange person because of the situation that I'm currently in, which is fair, because what I'm doing is very strange, the way I'm living my life right now. But the only reason I can live the life I live right now is because of, like, proper finance, being very careful with my money. Okay, so I'm gonna say that is decent. It's not perfect, but it's decent. You are being treated weird because you are a Florida man? Absolutely. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Wouldn't have it any other way. I actually don't love Florida. I can't wait to not live in Florida someday, but for the foreseeable future, I will be a Florida man. I'm just the dude who goes out into the woods and picks up trash by myself. That's my role here. My work is pretty chill, especially with all the WAFH policies. I don't know what that means. Where would you go? Oh, work from home. Yeah, work from home is pretty dope. It's challenging, right? Work from home is not dope. It's got its challenges. I don't want to undermine that. Where would you go? Where do I want to go? So the dream for me has always been West Coast. The glasses are going back on. I've always thought about going West Coast. I like Seattle. I like Tacoma, which is basically Seattle. I like Portland a lot. San Francisco and Los Angeles don't do it for me. Northern California is nice, but tough to really get anything working up there. So it's probably going to be Portland or Seattle for me. There's a romantic part of my brain that likes Vancouver, but I don't think I'm going to Canada. But recently I've been thinking about just like, what if I just go backpacking? What if I just drive? What if I get in a van and I just go and I just make something work? Go to Japan for a year. Go to Europe and drive around for a year. I think about that a lot. But realistically, Portland is probably the most central place that I would like to live one day. When all is well. Whatever that means. Whatever that means. Come visit me if you're in Europe. Yeah, I'll come live with you. I'll come live with you. I totally spoofed what I said there. Yeah, I'll come crash on your couch. I'll show you around. Hey, there you go. If I can find a way to get a van over there, a living van over there, I will definitely do it. Okay, so this is gonna be... You know what, we should leave it in the same spot, shouldn't we? This is gonna be head BU. Goodbye. In fact, I'm gonna do BU head, because I want to group them together. They are hard to come by since Corona, are they? They're pretty common here. They're very, very common here. Jaw. BU jaw. Everyone wants one to escape Corona. I don't understand how escaping Corona works. I always find that very odd. BU ears. Alright, we got a backup for everything. Boom, boom, boom. Join. Don't need to do that. Let's go ahead and apply first. You, perfect. Join. Now we got one object as a head. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into sculpts. We're gonna grab it, get it really small. Go ahead and increase those guys together so we get a nice sharp angle. That's perfect. And then I'm gonna Dynatopo with a detail flood fill. We should have roughly, you know what, I'll go with 10. Let's do an 11. Oh, a van would be so nice. Instead of traveling by plane and stuff, people just drive around with a van. I guess that does make sense, especially in Europe. Hey, Mila, welcome back. Or welcome if you've been here. What you up to? Okay, so all we're gonna do is now start creasing and start putting things together. I'm gonna do my best to see this as a full render, but we're gonna have a little bit of complication getting there for sure. Been lurking, just trying to get my college in order. Totally understand. Is it going well? Normally, I think this would match up with the ear, so I'm gonna try that real quick. I think that is normally how that would work. We're gonna come back to this in a moment, but for the time being, let's leave it like that. Can't wait for the summer, working from my summer house in the woods. Simo, you're so romantic. Simo, what's your this might be prying too much. Feel free to let me know if I'm prying way too much. What's your plans for romance and for relationships? Do you think you're ready for a relationship in your life? Or if you're dating somebody and you're keeping it a secret from us, then yes, of course, do that. It's going for sure. There are files on my drive that are corrupt, which is annoying, but luckily I have a backup, so it's not all lost. Very good. I keep everything on Google Drive. I recommend everybody do it. Love to have something like that. Yeah, same. I don't love the idea of having two houses. Just from an ethical standard, I don't think having two houses is cool. But if it's a family-owned, like, multi-group sort of thing, oh yeah. Two houses? Hell yeah. That's dope. This is the coolest thing ever. Here we go. Now we have that shape in there, and now we're gonna calm this shape down just a little bit. I haven't been that interested in pursuing anyone for now. Okay, well, when you do, you're such a romantic person. You are Mr. Romance. Everything is... You're so candles by the bath side in my mind. You got that flair, that romantic flair that everybody loves so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and detail flood fill that together. Tell me you're not a candles in the bath kind of guy, because I know you are. I don't like cloud drives. I've had the issue in the past with those. I'd rather have local storage I know I can rely upon. I mean, Google Drive to me is great. Like, it's the most reliable thing in the absolute universe. I think there's a worry about private, like how private the drives can be, which is definitely the worry, right? For me, the security is not the worry. It's the privacy from Google sort of aspect. And in that regard, I use an encryptor for it. So when Google tries to read my files, it looks like a bunch of random junk. So I don't even stress with that. Just DIY cloud. Honestly, I think hacking Google Drive is like the easiest thing you can do. You just encrypt the files before they upload to Google. And then you're done. Problem solved. And you have access to your files literally anywhere in the world, because Google Drive is the most accessible thing in the universe. That's literally perfect. Look how absolutely perfect that cheekbone is and that little ridge there is. The only thing that it really needs is like some grip on the mouth here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Oh yeah. He's got a dimple. He's got a scary dimple. He's great. Am I in love with this boy? Is this my favorite creature ever? Yes, it is. You bet. I still rather have a local drive with me, at least for local backup, if I ever have an issue with a cloud service or my main drive, you know? Yeah, of course. I get that. I mean, I keep a local drive too, right? I don't just use the cloud. I think at the end of the day, you want to have as many steps between you and losing your files as possible. Whatever those steps are up to you, but you want to have as many fail-safes built into the system as possible. Oh, he looks so good. He looks so good. Oh, I'm pleased. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm happy. We did it. We did it today. Folks, we've done it today. Today's been the day. I understand there are better 3D modelers out there. I say it all the time. But like, for my standards, this is very good looking. For what I want to be doing, this is very good. I love this boy to death. This is my man. I'm not sure where to end a throat if you put it into a body. Like, I'm definitely not going to make a stomach, obviously, and stick it in a stomach, but I don't know, like, where to end a throat. I struggle with that. That's a hard thing to figure out. Oh, look at... Oh, it's perfect. The way it dips down and it goes. What I would love to do is stick this guy on a faucet and have this be like a very, very fancy spigot somewhere, which I might do. I might make a piece with him as a bath fixture. I don't want to give too much away about the lore of where this guy is, but using the head of this to give you water would be very on brand for the people that live in this area. That is very true to form for this this kind of build. Cool. My backup hard drive is only ever plugged in when I need it, so it's more secure and less headache than a cloud drive. Just brings peace of mind for me. This is not me trying to argue with you. You do whatever you want. The only thing I'm going to push back on that with is backup hard drives and stuff have throat ends at the top of the rib cage. No. Not in the real world. In a 3D model. Or is that what you mean? That's probably exactly what you mean. My only pushback against that is a hard drive can still break while being unplugged. It's not a matter of it running that makes it break. It's a matter of its existence that makes it break. I had a hard drive that had all my files on it that I didn't touch for like 6 years. Never plugged it in, whatever. I plugged it in, downloaded my stuff, didn't plug it in. I plugged it back in, gone. Just gone. The hard drive was just gone. Couldn't get it back. Nothing worked. And I didn't use it. I used it one time to put things on, and then it just died. No use in it. So, yeah, I'm just a little weary of those guys. There's a solution to that as well. Okay. I'm ready. Yes, a NAS is very nice. I think one day I will have a NAS attached to my router, and I'll be putting most of my files on there except for applications. But I ain't at that point yet in my life. But yes, I think a NAS is really nice. For me, cloud storage, again, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. Like, this is just me talking about my own system. For me, cloud storage is just so painless. I go to my mom's house, and I'm like, hey, I need to access a file. We'll be sitting on the couch, right? And she'll be like, you want to watch a movie? And I'll be like, yeah, but I have all my files stored on my computer of what movies we want to watch. And I just log into Google Drive, download it, download the encryptor, type in my password, de-encrypt the file, and then I have the list of all the movies we want to watch. And it takes 30 seconds, right? Like, it takes no time at all. And then I have it, and I never have to think about, like, oh, I gotta go back to my house or put it on a flash drive or whatever. It's just like problem solved. Boy, I'm in love with this boy. Boy. He is so good looking. I think I'm here. I think I'm here. But if your house burns down, it's gone as well. Yeah, that's true. That's why you use multiple. That's why you gotta use more than one solution. No matter what. Regardless of how you feel, you gotta use multiple. I'm like in on him. Okay, hear me out. This is gonna look gross. This is gonna look really bad, but just hear me out. Don't get me wrong, I have a cloud backup, but I use my local backups first. Yeah, of course. Exactly. I think that's what you should do. I totally agree with that. And it seems like that's what you're comfortable with too, so I think it's perfect for you. There we go. Is what I'm doing relevant to anything? No. I'm just doing this. I'm just having a moment right now. Come on. Okay. The eyes, I don't think can look like that right now. So for the time being, I'm just going to give you metal. And we're going to go ahead and just put in a little sphere because I don't know how hydro stuff works in Blender and I don't care to learn. There we go. All up in there. Okay, here we go. All the way down. Okay, this is looking a little demented, but we'll get there. We're gonna not judge a book by its cover. Fluid dynamics in Blender takes up a lot of processing power, and it's very difficult to get right from what I've seen. Yeah, I don't love it. It's not a relevant skill for me to learn either. Like, it's cool if you're, like, trying to render something in Blender. But for me, I am trying to export to engines eventually. And it's very rare that I would ever want to actually render something in Blender. The only time I render for Blender is to show my work, right? To be like, hey, this is what I'm working on. Blah, 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 blah. It's not exactly something I'm like, wow, like, check it out. It does look a lot like rabies. Okay, so if I put considerably more time and effort into this, I could make it look better, but this is fine. Natural one? You gotta love a nat one. Okay, this is looking a little on the nutty end of the spectrum. I kind of love it. All right, that looks grotesque. Let's go ahead and turn off Dynatopo. Let's turn on that. Let's turn Dynatopo back on, do a detail flood fill, and then now we're going to average out all of these. And then from the bottom, we are now going to flatten. You know what? That's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. Wow, I wish I was able to make stuff like this back when I was making that fancy little fountain a long time ago. I was trying to make a Japanese hot spring, and I was having a really hard time. And this would have done it. Alright, cool. Oh, Mila killed everyone. To me, the head looked like it being an odd figure on a door that holds a door knocker. I think that would be cool. Alright, I'll try that after this. And then I think I might be done for the day after that. Not a bad stream. I'm pretty pleased with today. Today was a nice little time. Yeah, I'll put a door knocker on here. I think that sounds really nice. And what I really need to do is go figure out why my animation's not working. I think it was Mario. I think I'm gonna blame Mario. Could be the poly count, but I doubt it. I've had higher poly counts render in the past. There we go. Added just a tiny little bit of distortion to try and give some movement to it. There we go. It's not exactly the water, but it'll do. It's fine enough for now. And we're gonna go ahead and add ourselves a backface culling with a blend, which is gonna get a little weird right here, but that's fine. I'm not trying to do all that. I like that backface's culling is turned on, but it just like refuses to work correctly. But I just want to be able to see the teeth. There we go. Pretty much perfect. And if we take a look at this guy in his prime and go ahead and throw on a 40 and take our W here. We got flowing water. We have very, very cheap flowing water. Perfect for all your indie game projects. Perfect for all your terrible, terrible projects. All right, let's make a door knocker. I'm gonna go ahead and put the eyes back to the ones that we like. And if it's a door knocker, I think it has to be gold. Or like a pewtery. Pewtery, brassy, beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. It does have a nice little gap here for a knocker. Okay. Let's go ahead and make this guy slightly smaller. Make it huge. Knockers never sit at the correct angle, so we're gonna do that. Maybe that's a little too much. There you go. That is a frightening little beast. Me and my childish humor, knockers. Yeah, here's a pair of knockers. Just a nice pair of knockers for you. Pine is my worst shader, I think, by far. Yeah, definitely a bad shader. Really ugly looking shader. I was experimenting with wood maybe like 7 months ago, and this is where I got with pine before I gave up. The best one I have to date is oak, and I don't think it's very good, so I think I want to try and update my textures soon. I do everything from scratch now, so I don't rely on my pre-made stuff too much, but it's not very good. It's definitely got some issues. Okay, so that's gonna be as close as that's gonna be, unless the mahogany looks good, and I think the mahogany looks weird. But probably the relevant thing to put on this. You know, you can, you know that certain Blender course might help you with that? This guy. Someone's gonna believe that you work for the organization. Someone's gonna believe that you're a paid intern here. There we go. That's gonna be about as good. That's a not bad looking texture. It's a little weird because it doesn't scale the way you want it to, but it's a pretty good looking texture. It's got the right, like, vibe to it. It just needs to be balanced. There we go. That is my knocker. Done. I'm very proud of this. I am very, very, very proud of this. So let's go raid somebody. Let's call that a day. I want to go eat. It helps in the development of the tool. No, I get that. I just don't have the ability to do that right now. It would not be a wouldn't be a good decision on my part to try that right now. Who's live? Who's doing stuff? What's going on? We got Red Blood. Let's go raid Red Blood. Red Blood has been very sweet in chat lately. So, everybody, thank you for being here today. Thanks for all the conversation. It makes everything a lot easier when there's a community talking and hanging out and doing sweet things. I appreciate all the attention and support and weird new ideas. Anybody who's just lurking, we got a Discord. I'm gonna shout out the Discord. Come hang out, come learn about some 3D modeling. We got a lot of people sharing information there if you need it. And I'll be back Wednesday. Yeah, oh, the knock didn't work. Interesting. Okay, well, everybody, I will be back on Wednesday. Until then, be on your best behavior. Go do great things in this world. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.